morning, world. J Tuck here. This is another episode of Uncomfortable Conversation, Truck Chronicles. So at this moment, I've kind of been seeing all over the place how people are feeling as if grandparents just aren't what they used to be. Meaning like the grandparents aren't available to watch the kids as much anymore, their grandkids as much anymore. They don't buy gifts as much anymore. They're not as hands-on as they used to be in past generations. I've even seen posts that said, oh, grandparents ain't what they used to be nowadays because all grandparents are trying to do now is live their best life. I've even heard some women say that, my kid's grandma out here trying to live in the hot girl summer days or in the hot girl summer era. Or I've heard some parents been like, some adults that have kids talk about their parents or talk about their child's grandfather as if like, oh well, my son's grandfather out here trying to be a zaddy, or he out here got all the females, or trying to live his best life. My true opinion about that is, number one, what's wrong with your parents living their best life now? Because they've already raised their kids. Number two, the way inflation has hit low income housing and just middle class and lower class families of the black culture, for real, like it's 2024. Like y'all really think that y'all parents can live off their retirement check with all these new bills? Like we got Wi-Fi you got to pay for. How many Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus subscriptions do we have to pay for now, coming out of your check at $5.99, $8.99 a month? Like these bills add up, and you got to keep up with the times. You got to have internet, so you still got to pay Wi-Fi bills. Like back when we were being shipped off to our grandparents' house, the reason why our grandparents could stay at home and afford to watch us is because they didn't have to worry about having internet. They didn't have to worry about having Wi-Fi. They didn't have to worry about having all these major subscriptions just to keep up with the Joneses. So now the retirement check that our grandparents used to be able to retire off of and spend more time with the grandkids, now they have to go out there, use their retirement check just to pay their rent. Because I live in Atlanta. I don't know about y'all, but in Atlanta, rent is damn near $2,000-$3,000 just for a one bedroom. I may be exaggerating a little bit, but y'all get my drift. It's super high. Then on top of that, you got expenses that you gotta have and pay for and so on and so forth. Like nowadays, grandparents is working until they, honestly, retirement is 65, age 65. Like I've seen people as Walmart greeters just trying to make ends meet at 75 and 77 years old. Like, come on, parents. Like us, I'm talking to our generation as parents. We got to give these grandparents some grace, because we out here and we don't have the support system. I get it. We don't have the support system as like they used to. But the reality is that we laid down and had these kids. Like that's why I named this podcast and these Truck Chronicles Uncomfortable Conversation, because this is a real topic that, like, maybe your parents or whoever you were raised by didn't give you that real talk. So like maybe you need to hear this. Like you laid down and wanted to do the nasty with whoever you was with and wanted to get your freak on when you went to the Club Libra back in the day, and so on and so forth. So like now you want to be great. Now in 2024, you seeing that it costs all this money to keep up your lifestyle. As a young man, as a young woman, you gotta get your hair and nails done. You still want to look fresh and so on and so forth. And now you got to pay for childcare because grandma not there. Because grandma outside and she got to work too. And then on the weekends, she trying to enjoy and live her best life because she got to bust her behind till she's 77, 80 years old. Come on now. Let's talk about it. I want everybody to be able to look at their grandparents or look at their parents and just tell them that we understand what's going on and we appreciate it. Because honestly, we going through it too. I'm 34 years old and I can almost guarantee you, like, it may look easy and it may look good on Instagram, and because we all do that. We can all make it look good for the social media. But in real life, we all struggle. We all need help. So like let's make it normal to appreciate the grandparents when they do something, not feel like it's expected. Let's make it normal, and let's normalize the fact that like grandparents have to get out here and work too, just so they aren't homeless, or just so they can have a place that they can call home. You know, back in the day, our grandparents used to own their houses and so on and so forth. It is so hard. The housing market everywhere is horrible. If you didn't own your house back in the 90s, 9 times out of 10, it's damn near probably impossible for you to own it with the prices and with the interest rates going on right now. So like, guys, let's just think about our grandparents, and let's just praise them for actually the ones that are there, the ones that do what they can. Realize and understand that they are really trying to do the best that they can, and by still having to adapt to new society. Because when they were growing up, life wasn't this hard. I'm just gonna keep it G. They had to worry about simple stuff. Nowadays, you got to worry about being scammed when you walk outside, and when you go online to order something, somebody might steal your whole identity and take everything from you. And you expect your grandparents not to know not to get scammed. Come on, man. I just want to bring these uncomfortable conversations to light, man. These are things that need to be talked about more. We need to give more grace to our grandparents and to our elders, and realize that they've been around this sun way more times than we have. So let's go ahead and let's just give them the respect that they deserve, man.